What makes the villagers in Animal Crossing so unique is that each and every one of them falls into one of 8 different personality types. For male villagers, they can be cranky, lazy, smug, or jock. Female villagers can either be normal, snooty, peppy, or sisterly. Each personality has their own behavior patterns. Similarly, MBTI also classifies personalities per types, although it has about double the personality types compared to Animal Crossing. While these matches aren't always perfect, here are the closest Animal Crossing villager personality types divided by each 16 MBTI personality type. Which one are you? Normal villagers tend to be the calmest ones. They're known as organized and neat, and they don't exhibit extreme behavior. Normal villagers, despite being called normal, have a lack of self-worth, where they feel self-depreciative. They also appear slightly obsessive with cleanliness and hygiene, a trait also found in peppy villagers. The closest to this is ISTJ. These hardworking and practical individuals are emotionally stable and logical when approaching problems. It's no wonder every island starts with at least one sisterly villager. They're caring and protective of the player, ready to help them with their journey. Sisterly villagers will, when befriended, give the player fighting tips and teach them ways to relax. These villagers are tough, but they still care deeply about their appearance. This caring nature is reflected well in ISFJ, who's also incredibly charitable and ready to give the shirt off their back at a moment's notice. Normal villagers tend to be surprisingly versatile. They come across a bit introverted or distant, with each individual sticking to their own beliefs. They can also have a conversation with a peppy villager about Mapina, which the peppy villager may find funny. INFJ is reflected in this to a degree. Their pursuit of balance in life is similar to how normal villagers seek harmony by not acting extreme, but still having that slight unique flair to their personality. Cranky villagers can be a bit harsh and introverted, but they have a heart of gold. They're very driven individuals, despite often complaining. The cranky characters can seem quite bitter and out of touch with social trends, making them generally unpopular with the peppy villagers. INTJs will most often relate to cranky villagers, who are smarter than they appear. Their criticism of the world is simply their way of trying to reach their ideal vision. While most jocks can be quite outgoing, they still exhibit a very focused and driven personality tied to their fitness goals. They'll stop at nothing to achieve the perfect body. Jock villagers are obsessed with sports, talking frequently about their physical appearance and sporting progress, and occasionally gossip. ISTPs are almost like silent versions of the jocks, with a passion for physical activities. They make plans to achieve their goals and approach challenges with a clear, motivated mind. Sisterly villagers tend to devote their entire existence to supporting and helping the player with whatever they need. They like to party a lot, get bored easily when things are calm, and seem to always be in search of stunned emotions and experiences. ISFPs are just like them, in the sense that they have an endless bucket of compassion within. Once friend, they're not likely to betray their buddies. Versatile and flexible, normal villagers tend to exhibit a number of traits at the same time. They're kind and highly empathetic, while also going their own way. Normal villagers are known for their sweet demeanor and naivete. Similarly, INFPs are independent individuals who view the world through slightly rose-tinted glasses. And yet, they're in touch with the emotions of others, which makes them empathetic like normal villagers. Smug villagers are often the cool, gentlemanly villagers of the bunch. They come across a bit obsessed with their own interests, but underneath have a complex personality type. Smug villagers commonly act arrogant, boastful, and egotistical, which may lead to them unintentionally belittling the player in a similar manner to snooty villagers. INTPs have a similar issue, where they're often aloof in the eyes of others, but are actually just preoccupied with their own cool ideas and concepts. As such, they might feel a bit smug at times. Jocks are obviously highly outgoing villagers. They love a challenge and spend most of their days working out and encouraging others to do the same. Jock villagers are considered the male equivalents of Peppy villagers. ESTPs will also gravitate towards hobbies that challenge them and bring them excitement. They're not afraid of the unknown and they thrive in anyone's company. Peppy villagers often stick out due to their highly energetic personalities. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Peppy villagers are considered the female equivalents of Jock villagers. ESFPs are very close to the Peppy type. They're eager and extremely energetic, always expressing themselves to 100%. Lazy villagers are not as bad as one would imagine. While they're concerned with food and napping, they're still outgoing and free-spirited. Lazy villagers have a relaxed, easygoing, and naive approach to living in the town. They are generally friendly and hospitable when interacting with the player and other villagers. They are fairly confident in themselves and their lifestyle. ENFPs might not relate to the napping aspect of lazy villagers, but their laid-back and positive approach to life rings very true to them. Smug villagers really enjoy letting everyone know just how cool and knowledgeable they are. They often like to talk about themselves, despite coming across as polite. Due to their boastful attitudes, cranky villagers express a bitter distaste for smug villagers, who will claim that they are mucking around. ENTPs also have this burning self-confidence in them, an intensity that pushes them to challenge people around them and market themselves. It's no secret that snooty villagers can be huge divas. They like things done their way or the highway, and they'll let everyone know their thoughts immediately. Snooty villagers are well-spoken and sometimes appear offensive and rude towards other villagers, including the player. ESTJs don't beat around the bush. They're the ones telling others how to do things and when, and they love seeing the results come to life. Peppy villagers are often characterized by their abundant eagerness. They're always ready for anything, to help, to assist, to talk, no matter what. ISFJs are also ready for anything at all times. They're there for others, no matter the occasion, and that's why they tend to be so loved by people. Smug villagers tend to believe the world operates around them. Their smooth words and polite attitude often gains them a following, which is why it's easy for them to think that way. ENFJs also possess a natural magnetism. They make excellent public speakers and can inspire others with the sheer power of their presence. Cranky villagers are basically the male version of snooty villagers. In their mind, they're always right and others need to adjust. They usually spend a small amount of their day in their houses and most of the day out. They can seem self-centered at first glance and often enjoy gossiping about lifestyles of other villagers, making them snobby as well as grouchy. ENTJs don't shy away from letting others know where they stand either. They might come across as cranky and bossy.